What's up, brand builders? Stephen Hurahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com. And in this video, you're going to learn about the marketing mix and the 4 Ps that you need to consider. So you can understand how traditional marketing concepts are used to build brands today and get some context at how they fit into modern branding. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands that go beyond the visuals using strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to fast track your results, grab the free Pro Brand Strategy Blueprint. The link is in the description. Now, I have a pretty broad business background. I've got a traditional education background in financial markets and economics. I've worked in the stock market for many years. And I also studied digital marketing, branding, and graphic design at a variety of schools. And all of this education and experience has given me my own unique philosophy and my own way of building brands. Now, the way I approach strategic branding is not the traditional marketing approach. The traditional marketing approach will tell you that branding is a small subset of marketing, but the reality is that branding sits on top of everything. And the reason that I can definitively say this is that all examples of marketing are always branding, but not all examples of branding are marketing. Now, of course, many traditional marketeers would possibly disagree with me, and that's okay. But for me, the way that we engage our audiences today, the way we bring a person and a business closer together has dramatically changed in the last 10 to 15 and 20 years. And it's going to continue to change in the years to come. So for me, branding and brand, it sits atop of everything. And most of the really important considerations of bringing a person and a brand closer together sits in the realm of brand strategy, which sits on top of marketing. Now, despite all of that, despite my opinion, my philosophy, and the evolution that has most definitely happened, it's still very, very important to understand and consider traditional marketing concepts. I'm not saying that the 4 Ps of marketing are irrelevant. They're not irrelevant. They're very, very relevant. And I consider all of the 4 Ps within my own brand development process, just maybe not in the same way that other traditional marketeers might approach it. But either way, you need to understand the 4 Ps of marketing. You need to understand those traditional marketing concepts so you can have those high-level conversations with those leadership teams and with those marketing managers. So with that, let's jump into the 4 Ps. Number 1, product. Now, your product consideration can go deep in terms of the product line itself, how it's presented, how it's packaged, etc., etc. But on a basic level, your product needs to meet the needs and the wants of your audience. Now, you're going to define who exactly you're targeting within your brand strategy and what you want to mean to them, what difference you want to mean in their lives and the position that you want to take in their mind. And once you have all of that, then you can focus in on the product and giving them what they need or what they want. So making sure that the product that you develop is aligned with the difference that you want to own in their mind, is aligned with that position that you want to own. So make sure that your product considers the needs and the wants of who your target market is and give them what they want. Number 2, price. Now, your price point should be most definitely aligned to the position that you want to own in the mind of your audience and should also take into consideration the value that your brand is offering and the cost associated with delivering that value as well. Now, of course, if you want your brand to be associated with luxury, your price is going to be relatively high. On the other hand, if you want to be associated with budget, then your price is going to be relatively low. But you need to define the position that you want to own in the mind of your audience before deciding on a price, and then use the pricing consideration to settle on your own price point. It can go a little bit deeper here in terms of tactics and techniques on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, just ongoing in terms of your pricing strategy, but all of this is considered within the price. Number 3, promotion. Now, this P of the marketing mix is all about knowing where your audience is and when they're there and meeting them there with your branding message. Now, let's stick with traditional marketing for a second. Let's say you had a high street brand. Let's say Chanel, for example, they wanted to advertise and they were choosing where to promote their brand and when to promote their brand. Now, they might choose ad space during Sex and the City. Or let's say you had a men's supplement and this brand wants to choose where to promote their brand. They might look at Men's Health magazine and buy some ad space there. But today, digital marketing has really changed the way this is done. If you think about Facebook ads and the hyper targeting that you can get there, it still considers the same things. It still considers the same interests. It just goes a little bit more granular there. So number 3, promotion really considers where your audience is at and how to meet them there. And number 4, place. Now, the importance of this consideration has dwindled somewhat in the last 15 to 20 years, because if you think about what business was like 20 or 30 years ago, pretty much every business and brand had place consideration. They needed to consider where they were going to be, if they were going to be on a high street or if they were going to be in a small suburb. They needed to decide where their audience was and where they're going to be. But today, pretty much everybody is online, and most businesses have some form of representation online, and many businesses today are just online. But you still need to consider what area you're going to service and where you're going to be for your audience. So it's still a really important consideration, less important than it was 20 years ago, but you still need to understand your place. So this is the marketing mix and the 4 Ps of the marketing mix. And as I said, although I don't approach my own brand building efforts using the 4 Ps or using the marketing mix in its original concept, I do address each and every one of those Ps within my brand building, my brand development and positioning considerations. So it's really important to understand that these concepts haven't been dropped. They're not less important. They're very, very important. And as you're speaking to brand leadership teams with marketing managers, if they want to have that level of conversation with you, if they want to address the 4 Ps, then you should have an understanding of where they fit in to your brand building process. So again, understand traditional marketing concepts so you can have those conversations on a higher level. But I would love to hand it over to you. Do you have a traditional marketing background? And if so, do you still use the 4 Ps or even the 7 Ps in their traditional format? Or have you taken them and evolved them a little bit into your own development process? Or are you having challenges with how to integrate the 4 Ps into your own processes, or how to just use the marketing mix within your own processes? I'd love to hear from you in the box below about your challenges or experiences. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. It'll let you know when I've got new videos coming out. If you want actionable brand strategy tips and techniques, head on over to BrandMasterAcademy.com. Get yourself signed up for that list. It's free, and I keep some exclusive content for that list as well, so get yourself involved. But as I said, I would love to hear from you about your challenges, about your experiences. I'll do my best to answer all of those. Until next time, brand like a master, and I'll see you in the next video.